All right, we are back from our break. Let's go ahead and get back to trying to disarticulate this giant turtle. And I'll turn off my air conditioner. Okay, so you guys spend you spent about 4 hours getting all of that going. So it's a little bit after noon now.
Could Lafdul have said that he has gone at some point?
Yeah, that's fine. So Lafdul has left you guys. Probably many of you really didn't even realize that he was gone. He wasn't exactly. Was he very open about leaving, Lafdul?
He would have mentioned to anyone that would have paid attention. He said, I'm going somewhere for a little while.
Okay.
And if they inquired, I would have explained why.
Okay. So you are away and not helping with this. That is fine.
Yeldan would have went looking for herbs.
Okay.
Help us, Yeldan?
Yeah.
Lafdul, if there's anything else that you want to do with them as well, you can let me know.
When Lafdul was leaving, Braxon would have said, "Please give my respects for their fallen fellows."
I will convey your thoughts. And I thank him.
And your question about the ring of X-ray vision that I only just noticed. Sorry. Let me double check that.
No, I was just thinking about staring into its stomach.
Well, I mean, yeah, you could do that, before you go, kind of thing. I only just noticed the question, so I am double checking the things that you can see through.
Technically, it's
Yes,
not
you
living
can.
anymore.
Yes, you can.
Oh, alright, then I totally look through to see what's in the stomach.
Okay.
So Braxon doesn't waste his time.
It takes you a few minutes to penetrate its body to that depth. And you don't really notice anything of note.
No, like dead bodies or like
you see
humans.
you see chunks of flesh and meat and maybe some whole fish in there. You don't see anything that looks like
anything that might be remotely
like that. No.
valuable. No, that's fine. It's just a curiosity.
Okay. All right, so you do that before you go, and then you're off. All right, so you guys are ready to try and lever off the shell.
Mm.
Okay, so you're getting a lot of people together working on all the levers and everything like that.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. None of you have the engineering proficiency, do you?
No.
I don't.
Okay. All right, let's see. Because there's going to be a question as to whether you guys were able to get this set up properly.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that Braxton would sort of have a little bit of skill from being able to do carpentry on ships and things of that size, but he's never needed to split dragon turtles in half before.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have a good grasp of the weight that you're dealing with, and I'm not really sure that you would ever really do something like this with ships, to be honest.
Not to split them apart, but to dry dock them on land, but
yeah, but at the same time, with spelljamming ships, you can just fly them into the dry dock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was saying to Auld before about seafaring stuff, because seafaring shipwrights would really need to know that stuff.
Yeah.
They'd
but you also
need to know how to launch ships as well.
Right, but see, you aren't a shipwright, you're a carpenter.
Right, fair
which
enough.
is a difference.
Fair enough.
Alright, so this is going to be... Alright, so Higgimus and Braxon, you are both kind of working together to do this, right? This is your...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to need
assume
you...
Ockar be helping.
Right, but I mean, they're the
Taking
ones
the
planning
initiative.
it, is what I
Alright.
mean.
Oh, fair enough.
So like, they're planning it together in order to do this. So I'm going to need both of you to roll a d20. And this is going to be against your intelligence, but with a penalty.
Pass.
Well, what's your...
Intelligence 13.
Oh!
Braxon, no!
No, Braxon knows exactly what he needs to do.
Okay. All right. So
It's just contradicting Higgimus, that's all.
you are you guys have set up the levers and some fulcrums and everything like that, and you got people working on them. Unfortunately, you have misjudged the weights involved, and in the very first attempt to get some new, lift it up so you can get some more, wood under the levers to increase the fulcrum. There is a really nasty slip on one of them, and one of the logs just jumps out of the hole that it was in, and it is going to hit a couple of the people involved.
It's not going to smack And is Braxon one of them?
Just wait and find out. Wait and find out.
It's going to be a luck roll or whatever equates to it. He was the unlucky or lucky one.
Okay. One of your crew has been killed. One of your regular crew has been killed.
Oh my god!
And 3 of the former slaves have been seriously injured. They're just going to be incapacitated for helping out. You got enough NPCs to work on this, but
I knew he'd take it out on our crew, and the guy didn't even have a name.
Oh, how many crew have we lost now? Like 4 or 5?
3.
That's 3 on this adventure.
One. Yeah, that's the third one we just lost.
Well then,
Jesus.
well, we got one of them in.
And that sets you back about an hour.
You could try using the pole. The ladder function. That goes up to 50 feet. Should be big enough.
So what? Do we have to try again?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
So this is a
Jack.
continuous process. This is the kind of thing where it's incremental. And the first attempt, you misjudged something, and there was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to do another roll.
No.
Well,
takes
it's
longer.
that's up to you guys. If you're going to continue on.
Depends whether Higgimus wants to give up or press on.
He'll probably press on, but he'll probably do the the normal captain-y things where take care of the dead, clear out the wounded and all that stuff, and then do a re-motivation speech about how
You're not all gonna die
and all that stuff.
The odds are someone will live.
We're so lucky that Lafdul isn't actually here. We'd have a mutiny.
Try that. If we have another major setback, then I'll just say forget it. You win, Auld.
He's gonna kill all our crew trying to take this shell off.
Well, the thing is if you want, if the second time fails, you could totally try using the ladder function.
What is
lower
Braxon's intelligence anyway?
Well, so to a certain extent, it doesn't matter what the intelligence score was. I mean, number 1, that was a 20. Number 2, you don't exactly know what the modifiers I'm playing with are.
No.
So I did specifically ask if anyone had the engineering proficiency, so you can probably take a guess as to what I am doing to your score, what you need to hit in order to get this working perfectly.
All right.
So, new intelligence checks from both of you.
Okay.
That's right. Come on, one of you get 1. You realise your errors your way. Close, we close.
God
No.
damn it,
Higgimus thinks it's a good idea to not involve Braxon.
So, Higgimus,
So-
you go over to that section, and you think you figured out exactly what went wrong, and you fixed it. Unfortunately, one of the others was not right, and there's a shift. No one is injured, but it does set you back another half hour.
All right, I'll try again.
Okay. Intelligence checks from both of you.
Oh my god. What is wrong with your dice?
Braxton's cursed.
Oh my god, these rolls. Clearly.
Somebody needs to take Braxton's place.
The best thing about this is that Asher is rolling low, which he frequently
Leva?
does. Well, hold on. Asher is frequently rolling low when he needs to. And Braxon is rolling high, which he doesn't usually do exactly when he doesn't need to.
We need Leva on this instead of freaking Braxton.
Yes,
That's
Leva
funny,
looks at
isn't
you
it?
too and sort of turns to Higgimus and says, you know,
No.
maybe Braxton is not the
Wouldn't-
right person.
Wouldn't work that way. Wouldn't work that way.
Wait.
Why wouldn't it work that way?
Wait,
Can't we
one
take
second,
Braxton off and put somebody
Hold
on there that's better?
Hold up. Leva, do you happen to have your alternate reality thing?
Yes, I have two of
Cast
those.
it on Braxton.
So
Well,
the problem is that this is a roll not for a specific event. This is a roll to see if you have done everything properly.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on. Okay.
So sorry. I mean, it's not like you're it's not going to work. It's not a one.
No,
minute
this
thing.
is just incredibly frustrating.
Yeah.
the
Well,
We
bottom
had-
line is the
Hilarious.
bottom
We
line
had
is
this-
Brax.
We
Go
had
on.
this several times already with the alternate reality in if it's an ongoing effort like you are doing now. What would you want this alternative reality to undo?
The bottom line is that Braxton should not get involved with anything construction-wise.
The bottom line is Braxton thinks he's doing the right thing, and Higgimus thinks he's doing the right thing, and the numbers are just the mechanics.
Yep.
so I will say that because
Here's
of the first failure, you did take some new precautions, and Higgimus's excellent rolls on those two meant that no one was seriously injured. There were some injuries, but bruising kind of thing, as opposed to no one got killed and no one was incapacitated for at least a day, kind of thing.
Hmm.
But there is definitely grumbling about whether this is a good idea now or not.
Can Leva give it a shot instead?
No, because you're basing this on
It's
the
rolling 20s.
yeah, you're basing it on the rolls, not on anything else. And Higgimus,
I don't know anything.
Higgimus and Braxon both have dealt with large objects before. Leva has not.
That's fair. I was just thinking.
I wouldn't have the foggiest where to start. My intelligence may be big enough, but high enough, but I wouldn't have the foggiest what to do here.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
So,
This is incredibly frustrating.
that's the
If
dice.
we fail
That's-
another 2 times, we're just giving up on this thing.
Well, it's. Would Higgimus want to do a leadership check on his crew to keep morale?
Yeah, I guess I could try one more thing. One more time. Here.
Higgimus, you think you got an idea of any sort of way we could get rid of the water so I could get to the end with my axe?
No, I mean, at this point, it's just the die rolls that are killing us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it is. It's not like, oh, we didn't do
Okay.
anything extra. It's just the die roll.
Should we see if I can roll another 20 then?
Well,
If you roll another
Higgimus,
20,
were you
you
going to
just
do
give up.
a
Let's do a leadership check to see if we can't get the crew on board. If we can't, then it's fine.
okay?
If you roll another 20, then
Yeah,
I'm gonna let
He hasn't rolled a 20
the
yet.
crew mutiny.
No, I did roll a 20.
No, Higgimus hasn't rolled a 20. Okay.
Oh, right.
All right. So
Braxon rolled another one.
Higgimus, seeing that the crew and the former slaves are getting a little bit dispirited and questioning whether this is a good idea, he climbs up on the edge of the shell and gives a speech about how important this is for them to say we've come this far, we spent a lot of time on this, we can't let this stupid corpse of a giant turtle defeat us, kind of thing. Unless you wanted to describe the speech in another way, that would be fine.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, it's a shame Lafdul was there. He'd say, "Oh, I defeated that poor crew member over there." But he's not there, so that never happened.
Yeah, you're not helping Lafdul.
The thing is, that's totally within Lafdul's nature to do.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys want to give it another go?
Yeah, let's try it one more time.
Okay.
Oh!
Oh,
Come on, Higgimus.
oh,
Yay.
That's not
Oh,
terrible.
yay!
maybe.
Okay. You spend 2 more hours working on it, and you hear consistent cracks and snaps from inside the corpse as their bones breaking and the chunks snapping apart and everything like that. And you are pretty confident now that you have disarticulated the solid portions from each other. So it's now just... What the heck was that?
Sound effect.
Oh, the shell coming off?
It would not have made a pop. I'm not sure if someone was trying to do a sound effect or someone was
That was
opening up
me.
a drink. Okay.
Now it's more like popping a cork on a bottle.
This is over a 2-hour period, so there would have been no pop. But you're pretty sure that other than soft connecting tissue, the 2 pieces are apart now.
Okay.
And we can cut the soft connecting tissue over weapons, right?
Oh, yeah, that's probably.
So
easy.
what I suggest we do now is once we get Lafdul back, we fly the barge really close and we lash the shell onto the barge with the huge nautical rope that we have.
On
And
the...
other ropes.
You want to put it on the deck? Or...
Lash it to the side of the ship. Will that work? Will that work, Braxon?
Lash it onto the side of the ship. Well, it probably will. It probably will affect the maneuverability. But once we get it out into wild space, we could make an adjustment there.
Yeah, it can make an easy adjustment and tow it instead.
That could be a thing, yeah. I'm just trying to get it out of the gravity plane. This place.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. We could tow it like we would a Spelljammer ship later. Or once we get in space.
Okay, so you're gonna have some people go through. Oh, you're
And
just
you
gonna
would need
you're just gonna
Lafdul.
attach the helm to it. That's what you're gonna do.
Would that work better?
I'm asking.
No, they were.
I'm not,
They were.
Well,
hold on. I'm
mean-
not exactly clear on what your plan was to get it to the ship.
well, I was
Let him answer.
moving the ship. I was thinking about moving the barge, so we're right. It's hovering right over it. We lash up the ropes to the shell, and once Lafdul gets back, we just take off from the planet with this shell lashed to the side of the ship.
But
And then
Higgimus,
once we get into out of orbit of this place, then we move it around to a point where we can just tow it, type of thing.
Higgimus, now you've separated the top shell from the bottom part. It is much more difficult to actually lash the shell anyway.
What do you
Why?
mean? There's still going to be. I imagine they didn't cut it right flat so that it's only just a chip. So there's at least 4 sections that dip down on the shell.
You know what alligator snappy turtle looks like, right? So there's gonna be like flinges or nodules on the side that we can put the lash underneath it.
Yeah, that too.
Actually, they may not know what an alligator snapping turtle looks like because that's an American
Oh.
species.
You wanna post
I
the
didn't know that.
picture in
It's
the
okay.
Discord?
I went to have a look.
Okay.
I do know what it looks like, but
So-
it's still not certain that you could just wrap a rope around
Don't
this.
make more problems.
One problem. Hold on. One problem with lashing it to the side is that if you look at the deck plan of the barge, you've got some fin-like projections on the sides.
Yeah.
What if we latched it to the bottom?
I mean, like, how about this side here? That's
Um,
not big enough. It's not. Hold on. It's not big enough. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean you.
Or the back of it there,
I was thinking
Back
the
separate
bottom,
or
Right.
the bottom there. Yeah.
the very like the bottom of the ship, right? You just hover it over the thing and then you lash it to the bottom.
I've got an idea.
You do.
We got
okay.
we get 3 ropes that we can use as anchors.
All right. Well, Braxon, what's your idea?
Braxon,
Right. So if we've separated the top of the shell from the bottom,
Mhm.
we drive some of those spikes from the palisade all the way in on one side. Then we can try to use the ship to lift up the one side with our ropes and flip the top of the shell over. And then once we clean out any mess inside it, we can try to lash it to the bottom of the Spelljamming ship.
Oh, like so drive the palisade thing timbers all the way through so that
One side is higher than
it's
the
kind of like
other.
a forklift type of thing, and we can slide ropes to the ends of
Try
the palisades that stick out.
The idea is to drive them in one side only. So, for example, drive them into the left side, lift the left side up, and flip the entire shell over onto its back, so that we've opened the shell and flipped it over. Then we can clean out any meat that's still in the top, and then we can use the ropes to lash it to the underside of the barge, not
Yeah,
the
yeah.
side of it.
Rather than doing the ship, how about you do it to the part that's under the water, so you guarantee that it won't fall into the water and onto shore.
Okay, real
Well,
fast.
the problem
real
with
fast.
doing that would mean that we have to drive them in from the water
Real fast.
to lift it up.
So the logs from the palisade, drive them through the shell itself. Is that what you're talking about?
Not
No,
through the
not
shell.
through the shell, underneath the top of the shell, and try to get them between the shell and the flesh.
So kind of like what you were doing to lever the two parts apart.
Yeah,
like
except
trying to-
further.
Trying to leave her
I guess we already
clamshell
have
apart.
that set up. We could try to put the ropes around it since it's already levered up and use that to just pull it off the rest of the way.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't need Lafdul there because Nor's on the helm right now of the barge.
Well, I'm saying
Mhm.
so we can, because as soon as we get this thing attached to the ship or on the ship or on
Heck,
the ship,
we could-
we're leaving.
We could just wrap the ropes. We could just tie the ropes to the shell while it's already lifted up, and then lift up with the ship to try to pull the rest of it off
I think
without
that's what Braxton
without
said,
even
yeah.
needing to flip it.
Yeah, I think that's
Well,
what
the reason I'm suggesting to flip it is it's a shell that is curved. So if we try to attach it to the bottom of the ship at the moment, it's curving downwards. So if we can flip it over upside down and we attach it to the bottom of the ship, then we have a concave shell on the bottom of the ship, which will be a slightly better fit.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I would say that if you can get it flipped and you specifically try to get it more toward, because there is a keel towards the back, a projecting keel.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean by the shape. Concaving, it would be concaving up once we flip it, meaning that it'll have.
It'll more
meaning-
closely match the shape of the hull of the ship. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if we kept it the way it was, it'd be concaving down, and it would
Yeah.
just kind of look weird.
All right. So
Yeah.
the point is that you want to flip it.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure how you could flip it with just some logs, though. I mean...
Well, we were going to use the logs in the rope from the...
Okay.
And we were going to use logs in the big nautical ropes.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
So
You take what
So-
we were using to lever the shell off. We attach the nautical ropes to that. Attach those nautical ropes to the barge, and we fly the barge in what direction we want it to flip.
yeah. Can I quickly explain? We had levers in both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, when it cracked. So we need to take all the levers out of one side so that there's nothing fighting it from flipping. And then in the other side, we need to drive in further the stakes. And then we attach the stakes to ropes. We attach the ropes to the ship. And we try to use the lifting force of the ship to try to pull up the turtle gently
Okay,
to see if we can get it to move.
So
If we can't get it to move, then we have to stop so that we don't damage the ship or break
Right.
the ropes
Hold on,
or kill anyone.
So the logs themselves aren't acting as levers; they're acting like what Higgimus said, kind of like a forklift.
Oh, yep.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose
Correct.
so.
Okay. All right. That's okay. That's what I wanted to check. Okay. Anyone else have any objections to it, or do you guys want to try it?
It doesn't sound like a bad plan.
The other plan, I have an alternative. We use the rod. We use the rod ladder function
Oh yeah, the
because you can
The-
just use it
the
to push
rod-
it, can keep
lordly
pushing it.
might one.
All right, guys.
stick in
Guys,
the
real
rod and
fast,
turn
real
on the
fast,
ladder
real fast.
function
Hold
and-
on. When one person is giving an idea, please let them finish,
Sorry.
because it gets me confused as what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah, use the rod of lordly might to
Yeah.
push the one side off, up and over, rather than having to use the ship.
how do the rest of you feel about that?
That is actually a decent
I'll
plan
give
if
that
it's
a go.
strong enough.
I'll
We
give
can
that a
try
go.
it.
It might break it, but what the hell?
Well,
These things are here to be used.
but at the same time, you know, if you're worried about it breaking, you could try the other thing first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if we can get Higgimus. Maybe you can have some props ready, and I use the rod to push it up, and you can put props in. On the side, I'm levering up. What do you think?
Sure.
You
Like
gotta
as
remove.
go,
You still
putting
gotta
things-
remove
yep.
the ones from the one side of the shell.
Yeah, no,
it's
that's
a
fine,
shame
that's
Lafdul isn't there. I've just thought of an idea actually.
Oh, too bad.
Too bad.
Okay,
And
so
we wouldn't have broken the shell in half if left away.
You might have broken the shell with my method. I'll tell you after. But
Yeah, you can tell us after.
all right, so
It's a DVD extra.
you're gonna start with the Braxton's plan. Is that what you want to do?
I think Braxon was talking about the lordly might thing first.
Yeah, he was
so
saying like
we're all-
having
Well,
blocks ready
no.
to.
Okay, all right, hold on. All right, Braxton, go over
Right,
your
so-
idea now. What you want to do now? Because I am.
okay,
I'm
so if
getting
we're going to
confused.
adjust it, we'll still take the props out of the other side.
Yeah, obviously.
We'll call it the right side for argument's sake, so that they're not fighting us. And then we make a small hole in the props on the left side, and we use the rod of lordly might to see if we can lift up the shell at all. And then Higgimus will try to prop it, and then we can stop and move to another part of the shell and use the rod there and see if we can lift the shell in bits with Higgimus propping it. How does that sound?
All right. So I'm not exactly sure how this gets it to being all the way flipped over.
Well, the idea is to lift it up a bit to make sure the flesh isn't stuck to it before we try pushing it all the way.
Okay. Okay. So you just want to clamshell it open for a bit so that you can
Yeah.
cut inside. Okay.
What I want to do is try the idea and lever it in bits so that if there's anything sucking the top of the shell down to the body, the rod of lordly might doesn't just snap the shell in half or do something like that.
Okay. All right. So
How does that sound? How's that sound, Higgimus? You're
That
the
sounds
one.
fine. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so you're going to use logs from the palisade to prop the shell open like a clamshell.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you lever it up with the rod.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And we can also use the stuff we pull out the right side and stick it in the left side.
Yeah. No, that's fine. All right. Go ahead and I'm going for this whole process. Give me a dexterity check, Braxon, and a strength check from Higgimus. But Higgimus, you are rolling. You want to get below your strength with a +2 modifier, so 1d20 +2.
Do you want open rolls or closed
Open
rolls?
rolls is fine because this is about success.
Agile as ever, Braxon.
Oh my god!
Wait! You didn't roll that right, did you? You just rolled
Yeah.
D20.
No,
Yeah,
that works.
no,
It works. So
No.
you can tell
It works.
because the image with the 20, it's got the shape of a d20.
Yeah.
Braxton,
Here's
your
a
dice are
question.
cursed.
Here's a question. I'm gonna see. Is this one action or is this a thing over time? First of all,
This is
Roll
overtime.
20 hates me.
This is overtime.
Okay. because I was gonna say if I see something going wrong, I want to see if I could roll a dex check to help.
No.
You can't.
Because
Just
this
roll
is
a
about
stat roll,
getting the positioning right. Now the good news is that Braxon's role was crucial for the start of it. So you do not get put into a position of extreme danger. But Braxon, you do slip on some guts and hit your head against the edge of the shell, taking just 1 point of damage.
I after I see that happen, I'll ask him, "Do you want some help with that?"
He's got a pretty good dexterity. He got a bad
Yeah, I
fail. He slipped.
Yeah, I know.
This is not.
Yeah.
There was just some guts on the ground, blood, whatever. It made it a little bit muddy. He wasn't expecting. Do you want to try it again?
Obviously, Braxton slipped on the guts of the dead crew member.
Do you want to try it again?
Yes, let's give it a show.
I'm happy to try it again.
All right.
I'm getting a bit tired, but I'll give it a go. I know Higgimus wants to do this.
Your dex is a 16, right?
Braxton has gone over his dex.
Really?
Okay.
Really? What?
He's got 15 dex.
Okay, this time you just don't quite get it positioned well enough, and it starts opening. But this time, as you're using the rod to prop it up, it slips out of position and just collapses down. But before it really got any real distance, and before Higgimus could get the log up there in there to prop it open.
I'm like, you still don't want that help?
It's not going to help much because we're talking about slipperiness, and you have no idea that he's actually failing rolls. So no, you would have no idea that you know.
Well,
I might have a better chance because I have a higher stat. No, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
wasn't
playing that.
thinking that. I was thinking it's like
No,
I
yeah,
saw
you
him
were
slip
you were
and
thinking
fall,
that.
and
You were
he hit
thinking
his
that.
head.
So
I
the bottom line is throughout all these fails, Braxton thinks he's doing an awesome job. He's sat down with Higgimus, said Higgimus wants to do this. I've not done it before, but I've done ship's carpentry, and I can damn well help Higgimus do this. And he thinks he's doing an awesome job.
And you are dealing with the guts of a giant turtle that you
Yeah.
have not cleaned out in a methodical fashion, dried things out so that it's dry. There's flesh and guts and everything hanging everywhere. It's pretty gross,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
So
Couldn't you like?
If only someone could cast a burning hand spell
Try again.
to get rid of this.
well, hold on, Lafdul, you were about to ask something?
This is like going into how they're role playing this. I would just say, if he's like artificially slipping, wouldn't he just say that he would have got like a massive, great big sheet of something and stood on that? Not that it will give a bonus to roll, but that's how you'd role play out for each failed attempt. You come up with a different solution or
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
a fallback until you run out of fallback.
yeah, I mean, if you can
Well-
think of something that wouldn't really affect the roll that you might do to try and you know, in your mind, fix the issues that you're encountering, yeah, go with that.
All right. Braxton's gonna change the rod to the flaming sword and try to cauterize the area where he wants to do the lifting,
Okay.
so that the
Make it
guts
hard.
are all burnt.
Okay. Go ahead and roll again.
Me too.
Because each time you have to lift stuff up again.
Oh,
that's
that's a
It
better
This
says
roll.
time-
16 on the die, but it says 11 in the thing. That's funny.
No, the purple die is Higgimus's. They're rolling at the exact same time, and it's taking the first one.
Oh. Wow, he still beat his strength.
So, okay.
It's on the edge.
Braxton's done okay.
Yeah, you
Braxton's-
got it.
Higgimus is just getting tired, I would say.
Yeah, Higgimus is definitely, you're getting tired. It's the sun is almost set now, too, so
Wow.
this has been an all-day thing.
Let me know when you want me to make that.
How many
cooking.
days do we have left on this quest?
Well, we're leaving tonight, probably. Hopefully, if we can get this
Yeah.
done.
We'll try to leave tonight.
Yeah.
As soon as we can get this done, we're leaving.
Okay, so now that you've levered it up, and you've done this a couple times now, so you've got it up, you're going to get people to cut apart the connecting tissue?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I'm just there with my sword, helping to cut out the connecting tissue.
Actually, Braxton's a bit concerned about people being hurt, and he says to Higgimus, "You know, I wouldn't want anyone else to get hurt
Well, then
doing
start
something
cutting.
I'm not prepared to do myself.
Cut it yourself.
Yeah, I'd rather cut it myself with the flaming sword."
All right, that'll take longer if it's just you.
Yeah.
I'm
that's
helping-
a-
I'm
The
helping
other
out
idea
anyway.
was to just get a bunch of people in there cutting to make it go fast. But if you want to have just a few people in there, then go for it.
You
It
know
just
what?
slows you down
Let's
a bit.
just- we need to get this done. Let's
we
do
need
it.
to get this
Higgimus
done,
will
so
be
let's
there
let that crew
to.
do it.
Yeah, well, Higgimus will be there to make sure the shell doesn't come back down on people.
Okay.
So he'll use his insane strength to hold it up if he needs to.
Or long enough to get people out.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Can Braxton do a little tiny bit of experimenting with the flaming sword and with the axe to see if either of them is quicker at cutting away the flesh?
The axe is definitely faster.
All right. He'll get in there with the axe then.
All right. So Ockar, you're in there as well.
Yeah, with my long sword.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully your
This-
longsword doesn't get crushed with a falling shell.
Yeah. This is when we all die inside a dragon turtle.
Yeah, you might be fine. You might just get squished in the shell, but
Yeah. The most dangerous part is actually suffocating.
No, you're
And it
not really
falls.
in any. No, actually, the danger would
Not
be getting
support.
crushed. All right. So a few of the crew members that you get in to help, they get sick and start vomiting and get out, but that doesn't really slow it down that much.
Well, yeah, you just swap
So-
them out, right?
Yeah. So you guys are able to cut up the connecting tissue as far as you can tell.
Okay.
And then
now,
we just
keep in
push it the
mind
rest
that,
of the
that
way
this
over.
is still, the spine and portions of the ribs are still connected to the upper shell. So you've basically just really done a very simplistic job of separating the two.
Yeah.
Do you want? do you
Will
want
we be able to push it over now onto its back?
That's the
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'm
is
asking
to-
Ald if we can do that now.
Well, I think there was another question in there. Let's see. Did someone else have another question real fast before I answer that? Because it may hinge on.
It may hinge.
We may need
might
to,
back
we
it
may want
off.
to address that first. Was there another question?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So
That was very, very good pun.
just pushing, no. You're gonna need to
Alright.
do something else.
Okay, so get the ropes.
Can we
Lash it along
separate
the
the
t-
spine?
Get the ropes, lash it on the one side that we have up, and then hook it onto the ship, and have the ship move up and over and pull it over.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Ship's a lot stronger than all of us.
Where are you gonna tie it on the ship?
What ship? What part of the ship you want to lose?
Well, we're not lifting it up, so it's just a pull it over thing. So probably, Braxon, do you know where on the barge would be a strong point we could?
Well, he's on a
to
ship,
pull
right?
over?
He's a carpenter. He's a ship's
Mast.
carpenter.
The mast would be the best. Well,
No,
I would
right
know.
here.
This thing that comes out the front,
The bowsprit.
bowsprit, could be quite good. Yeah, if we lose that, we don't lose the whole ship. We might also be able to go further back and secure it to the opening of the hold or something.
It's what, 50 foot long?
Okay. No, you got 150 feet.
Well, yeah, but it's 3 pieces of 50 foot, isn't it?
No, they would have sold it to you as a single piece, and if you ever needed to do anything with a shorter length, then you would have cut it.
Can we also use those things for the palisade? How long are they?
Total length around 20 feet, give or take.
20 feet. And how far up have we got the dragon turtle shell so far?
About 20 feet.
About 20 feet, so we can't really go any higher with them.
No.
Well, we can have those inside propping up so that it can't come back on it itself.
Yeah, but
As
keep in
soon
mind
as
that if you pull it back, they're going to come loose and fall down, so that then if you slip, it's going to collapse back forward.
Can we drive those stakes into the dragon turtle meat?
Not really. That's
No?
not going to give any purchase in this kind of thing.
Well,
Right.
one end of them is pointed, right?
Yeah, but there still is just not really enough purchase there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Well, I guess if you really want to, you could try have Higgimus holding one to make sure it stays in place.
That might be the worst idea ever.
I know. I just threw it out there.
Okay,
Let's get the ship with the rope.
who
and
has
use
rope
it to
use?
Pull it over.
Braxton has rope use.
Braxton's got rope use.
Give me a proficiency check.
Okay. Let's hope this isn't as bad as all my other rolls today.
Oh.
That's going to be a pass.
You got it.
All right. So you have tied the rope to the bowsprit. I would say that you would also include the foremast and then back to the cargo hold, so that there's multiple points of anchoring, and then you tie it to the shell.
Probably on one of the spiny bits that come out of it.
Or do you want to go all the way? Try to
the
go.
shell.
Yeah. Do you want to try to go all the way around the shell?
That'd be the best to give us the best grip.
Yeah, I was thinking like a lasso type of thing. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we have
that
enough
sounds
rope
good.
to do that, yeah.
yeah. If we can make a lasso and pass it underneath all the props we've got, so that it's behind the props.
Okay. Give me another rope use.
This is when I fail. It's extra rolls. No, that's good as well.
Okay. All right. You're pretty sure that you've got it secured. So
And now we just have to move the barge.
that's the plan now. To pull it?
Okay, so Braxon gives Nor the orders. Should Braxon go? Braxon should probably go up on the ship and stand on the bowsprit. shouting
That might
orders.
be-
I mean, the main
If
thing is
the
that you were essentially directing the tying as opposed to doing the tying yourself because you're talking about a 4-inch rope.
Yeah.
So you could
So
be
it's
up there. That's fine.
150 feet long.
All right.
Just
So
try not to lose an oar.
Slow and steady.
so basically, you're backing. You're going in reverse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Beep,
You're gonna go up land.
go ahead
rather than-
and give me a
Not in
the
the
ship is
water.
going to need to make a saving throw. So give me a d20.
Me? Or Higgimus?
Higgimus. Well, I don't know. It's up to you guys. Who wants to do it?
Higgimus the captain.
Higgimus did it. Okay.
Yeah, we don't know the saving throw stats for this ship.
No idea.
So, you hear the ship creak and groan. You're a bit worried, Braxon, being up there that it might give way.
Oh yeah, we don't know saving throws for this ship.
But it
probably saves us thick wood, doesn't it?
It seems like it's keeping intact. It's definitely not, the wood involved is definitely not happy about doing this, but it does stay intact. And the weight of the shell, it's pulling back from the ship initially, but then once you get it, past 90 degrees, gravity takes over again on the other direction, so I'm going to need another saving throw.
Oh! Shall I do that one? Oh, no, you want to do it because I've had the bad rolls.
It's up to you guys.
Higgimus, I trust you.
Well, that's actually
Oh!
Ah!
no, that's good, right?
That's
Same
good.
with-
Yep, that's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, saving throw you want high.
All right, so there is some more groaning, but it's not as bad as it was initially. Braxon, you think that whatever forces were at work initially, exerted their energy, and the ship is okay. Now, when gravity does
It was
take
Ockar
over
that
in
was
the other
groaning.
direction, it does jerk the ship a bit, not enough to make you lose your feet or anything like that, but there are some shouts of surprise from crew members about weren't quite expecting that, but you are able
And then
to
you give
let
the
the can I finish, please?
Right.
Jeez. You gently let the turtle shell down on its back, and I'm going to assume that you guys are just going to kind of like nestle the nose of the ship up and start tying it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. So,
Clean off any remaining meat.
Yeah,
you're not really going to
Braxon
be able
wants
to
clean out.
Okay, so if you want to clean it out before you attach it to the ship, then you're talking about basically staying here another day.
We're not
Pretty
staying another day. We don't have the time.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you guys can discuss that. Some of you might want to do that. Some of you might not want to
Look,
do that.
we have a time limit here. We
I'm
have to get.
Pointing
I'm
out
talking
that...
to the others.
Okay.
I'm talking in character.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
So we don't have a lot of time to spend around cleaning out the shell. We have to. We were given a time limit by our. We had to get these people back.
Okay. Well, I was thinking of cleaning out stuff we didn't want and putting in props so that it didn't damage the keel of the ship. But yeah, we do need to get back as well. We've got your shell, Higgimus. If there's some hull damage,
We're not
we've got
keeping
damage.
it.
We got damage already. I guess that just go along with the other damage we got to deal with.
And we're not really planning on keeping this ship, are we?
Probably
no,
not.
but it will decrease the value.
We'll
That's
just
fine.
deal with it.
We'll
Yeah,
do
we'll
that.
deal with it.
All right, so
All right.
keep in mind that the two catapults at the stern of the ship are damaged beyond repair.
Right.
So just FYI.
Yeah. The one thing I would say is that we need to wait for Lafdul to get back anyway.
It took us all day. He's probably back by now.
Yeah, he would have gotten back by now.
Can I make that cooking roll for trying to scavenge up some more herbs for my cooking?
Sure.
So Braxon would want to go back and get the other ship.
Well, that's what we plan to do now that we have this, and we're planning to leave tonight.
Yep.
All right, Yeldan, you're not able to find anything that
I'm familiar with.
Yeah, or that would make good, things that you like and stuff like that. So, so Lafdul, you've gotten back. If you wanted to ask them for anything, you can go ahead and do so. You can bring that up with me later. And basically, you guys are ready to go. You've got the wasp stored on the deck of the barge.
We're gonna set fire to the thingamabob, fort.
It takes a little while to get the shell lashed to the hull of the ship to your satisfaction, but you do eventually do that. All right.
Okay.
So you want to you're gonna just set some fires around there and let it burn?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Does that sound good to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
All right. And Braxon, you said about the dragonfly. You want to go back and get that?
Yeah, I want to go back and get the barrel data. We've got a helm. We've got someone that could be a helmsman.
And we can just after we get into space, just tow it, right?
So the problem is that Nor was the one who got the ship over here, and while it probably was more than 12 hours, I'm just going to say that by the time he's done, you guys are done getting the shell lashed to it and everything like that, he can't be on the helm anymore.
No, I can be on the helm because I've used up all my spells.
Yeah, but then we'd have to use lever on the other ship, or we wait.
I'm available for a ship.
Right.
Oh, so am I.
But that's, so do you want one person on one and then one person on the other, or do you want just one person on the helm of the barge and leaving the other thing? Or what? Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yes?
We just have to get up out of orbit, right?
Yeah.
And then once we get it out of orbit, we can just lash some ropes to it and tow it, right?
Yeah, although...
Do we have enough left?
That may be a...
Oh, that might be a problem. Okay.
That may be a problem.
Never mind.
Could we, let's see. We could land... Do we have the wasp landed on the barge?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, good. So we can have one person on the barge and one person on the... I forget the name of the ship that the dwarves had.
The barrel darter.
It was
You
The
can
barrel
call it-
darter.
you can call it...
One person pile that up, and then we can figure out what we can do in orbit.
You can also just call it dragonfly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
let's get the dragonfly and the barge up into the air. One person on the barge, one person on the dragonfly. Who wants to be on the dragonfly?
I don't care.
all right, Braxon.
Then we'll flip a coin.
It doesn't matter. Braxon, I would also like you to go onto the dragonfly and take the spell jamming potion with you.
Okay.
Okay, then Leva, you go on the dragonfly.
Okay.
You've been arbitrarily decided.
Well,
arbitrarily.
I have no preference, so it doesn't matter to me.
That means I'm temporarily captain of the of the dragonfly.
With taking the dragonfly means we can spread some people out a bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should we take the dwarves back there? It's their ship.
Just spread
And
the
some of
crew
our
out
crew.
as needed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone else want to come with Braxon and Never in case we get attacked?
Wait a minute. I mean, the dwarfs did fly over here, so they must have had somebody who can actually fly a ship.
They
may
were
be
killed
dead.
in the crash.
Dead.
They
I'm
died in
sorry,
the crash,
also I didn't
remember?
understand.
They were killed in the crash.
Okay,
Yeah, and we haven't repaired the weapon yet.
okay. No, fine. Let's do it.
All right, let's execute that and go.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys head back to the lake. Keller and Ekith will go over to the Dragonfly as well. And do you want all the dwarves over there or not? I mean, you got plenty of crew, but you do need a lot more crew on the barge than you do on the Wasp.
We will give the barrel as like enough crew to be able to get up into orbit, but have the majority of the crew and people on the barge since it needs more people.
All right. Well, let me put it this way: how many crew do you have left? The Wasp crew.
Okay, we
Wasp
lost
crew?
3.
And there are two who are injured.
No, 2 of the 2 that were injured were
Those were slaves. There were 3 actually that were injured, but they were former slaves.
We lost 3. So we have 6 regular people, 1 Giff, 1 wizard, and the priest is out cold.
Okay, so
we have.
You are going to be counting as green crew members because everyone, these people have not worked together.
Minimum crew for Dragonfly is 3.
But that means. All right. So do you want just 3 people there?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have a weapon, do we? So.
Yeah, we don't need that many people over there, so just have like Braxon and those 2 dwarves and Leva on the helm.
Is that fine with everyone? Braxon, the 2 dwarves, and Leva?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeldan will go with them to keep a watch.
Yeah,
Cool.
one. Yeah.
Okay.
That way we can have one person on each watch.
And then the rest of us can try to get the barge up into the air.
All right, hold on. Let me make notes of this. Okay, so
We should probably keep Ekith on the larger ship.
Well, he wants to be on the dragon.
well, no. If you want him on the barge, that's fine with me.
Then I guess having Ekith on the barge is probably safer.
Yeah, he's our money.
It's
Let's
nice
keep
to
Ekith on.
Braxon's expendable. Lever isn't.
Yeah, let's keep
here we
Ekith
go.
on the barge to keep him safe.
We want Braxon, Leva, and 2 dwarfs, and Yeldan
So
on the barrel darter, and then everybody else on the barge.
okay, Keller and one regular dwarf on the Dragonfly.
Gotcha.
Correct.
All right, and everyone else on
Generic
barge.
dwarf.
Yeah.
He's going to be called.
Dwarf
No,
number
Derek or
his
something.
name is Krador.
Oh, well,
Rattle.
he named the generic NPC.
Sure. Yep, Krador. Since
No
you
one will
guys are going to
remember
make
it.
jokes about it, I may as well.
Okay, so we got everything moving.
All right. So Lafdul, you're going to be on the helm of the barge.
Mhm. He's totally not going to ram into the smaller ships.
Okay.
Please don't.
Yeah, that might be a bad thing. Might kind of cause it to break up. It would also cause damage to you. All right. So, how are you going to go up into space? Are you going to go one at a time? Do you want to go up in parallel? What? How do you want to do it?
I guess maybe the barge should go up first.
Triangle is nature's strongest shape. We go in a triangle formation.
You've got 2 ships. You can't do a triangle.
I completely haven't been paying attention to how many ships we've been using.
I would think the
Parallel that, probably.
the bear thing first because I don't want to have a shell drop on my head.
I think
I want to go first. Or both
Okay,
together.
then.
I think we should go up in conga formation.
In
So
what?
parallel.
I'm going to be a bit slower because I've used spells. Can't remember if it makes you a little bit slower.
You're SR1.
Oh yeah. What happens is the one where you have a minor helm. 2, the barge has a major helm.
But
Yeah,
Leva's
the barge
cast,
will-
Leva's
Why
cast
can't we
some
just go up
spells
together?
too, so...
Let's go up in parallel.
Yeah, let's go up.
Stay together.
Yeah, keep in sight of each other, and don't fly one below the other.
Okay, so do you want the dragonfly to be port or starboard of the barge?
Oh Jesus, what's the
I
normal
forget
flight?
which one is which.
Starboard.
Starboard is right, port is left.
Yeah, starboard probably.
Right.
Starboard.
Okay. How far away in hexes?
One hex, two
One.
hexes.
So
A gap of
What's a,
one
how,
hex.
how big is a hex?
500 yards.
Hold on. Actually, what is the What is the normal flight pattern for military maneuvers? When
That
Using my
depends
Giff
on
knowledge.
what you're doing. For convoys, they generally will stay at least 2 hexes away from each other when leaving a planet's surface, kind of thing, so that there's plenty of space to maneuver and everything like that.
Then let's do
once,
2
hold on,
hexes.
let me finish.
That's-
Let me finish. Once you're out into space, if the plan is to actually fly at spelljamming speed, you have to be over 20 hexes away from each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Wow.
Because otherwise you
I
drop
would
down to
think-
a tactical speed.
Take off
Okay.
at least 2. So let's say 3 hexes on takeoff.
What I suggest, we go up 2 hexes apart, and then when we go to head back to Brow, the barrel darter accelerates the spelljamming speed first with the barge, the unnamed barge, following immediately behind us, so that if the barrel dart has to stop, the second ship should bump into us, hopefully, and stop as well.
What do you mean immediately behind us?
In a straight line behind us.
Yeah, but how many hexes apart?
20 hexes.
No, 20 hexes apart, but then if we stop, they will bump into us at spelljamming speed and they will stop.
Is that possible, Alt?
That's how you
Okay.
that's how you move multiple ships. Now
Okay.
the thing is that there's a chance that you're not quite on the same line,
Yeah, and then they go straight past us.
and also keep in mind that once the when the first ship drops down to spelljamming speed, if there's something in front of you, let's say, then the other one drops in around 20 hexes behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So
So wouldn't we want the barge first? Because it has all the weapons, whereas the dragonfly has weaponless.
True.
Yeah, that would
And
probably
we're
be best.
front facing mainly.
What state are the weapons in?
other than the 2
Uh.
stern firing catapults, all the other weapons are intact on the barge.
And that's
Well, then it
literally
makes
8
sense.
ballistas.
Yeah, then it makes sense that the barge is first.
Yeah, we'll have the barge go
Yeah.
first.
Okay.
And
Alright.
it's bigger, so it's more visible, isn't it?
All right, we'll go with
What
that
could
then.
go wrong with Lafdul leading the charge?
Nothing at all.
Nothing! It'll be perfectly fine.
All right. So let me do a setup thing. Hold on a second.
Can paladins and rangers eventually spell jam?
Eventually.
Yeah,
but you
and
do
I
it
have
at
to hit
your
level 9.
you do it at the casting level. So
I just wondered if it was possible. That was
Yep.
all.
Once you can cast spells, yeah.
What shifts and stuff have it?
You're gonna have to run one shift, and then we're gonna have to stop dead in wild space because we don't have enough helmsmen until Beloriana recovers.
You have the potion.
Yeah, I could use a potion. I assume that'll only get through one shift though. How far away from Brow were we all?
a few days.
A few days. Maybe we want to hold that in reserve.
Well,
So-
wait. Do we have enough rope to be able to tie the dragonfly to the barge once we get up there?
No. I think we've decided that we don't.
Okay.
I mean, you can revisit it once you get into space and double check. But you're using.
I'd like to double
you're-
check once we get into space.
You're using most of the really thick rope to keep the shell on the barge.
I understand that. What I mean is, once we get into space, I'd like to double check to see if we would have enough to tie it off, so we won't have to take a lot more time than.
Just assess.
Yeah, let's just get into space first.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
assuming we don't get attacked by the Neogi.
so you you get into space, and you're going up parallel to each other. Once you leave the atmosphere, it does take about 20 minutes to escape the gravity well of Green Shield. A crew member on the barge calls out and says, "Ship to the stern!"
Oh my
No,
god, you just
no,
had
no.
to.
Lafdul's like what? You mean the dragon star, whatever you want to call it, dragonfly?
So, no, that's not to the stern.
The stern's
I thought it was going behind us at first. then
Stern
going
is back
parallel.
here.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I thought it was going behind us at first.
So
then
there's
going
a
parallel.
ship behind us where we don't have any weapons.
So, right now, you can't easily make it out. What do you guys want to do?
how far away is it? Within 20 hexes of us?
It is within 20 hexes of you.
And which ship is the barge?
The barge
one.
is the one that looks kind of fat and tubby.
And the dragonfly is the one above us.
Yeah.
Can you see
I'm
the?
just
Let me actually double check something. If
Just ping the dragonfly.
And I'm
How
trying.
many-
I'm trying to find the other ship. I can't find it on the map.
I
anywhere.
haven't put it on the map yet. Give me a
How
second.
many-
There you go.
Turn the
Can we
ship
just
around.
go like, what do you call it? When you angle the ship to the side and you can fire all the weapons to one side while maintaining a direction still.
Broadside.
Run
Yeah,
away!
broadsiding.
We should run away.
That's what.
Uh,
Yeah. I would-
Yeah, but we're still going in a forward-facing direction
Well,
slightly.
so what? I mean, are you're just gonna?
I was thinking
Go
about
straight.
going like that way, and we can shoot backwards.
how much do the ballistas on my ship swivel?
Yeah, that's what I want to know, if they could do that.
All right. So you've got. Let me double check.
Eight.
There's a handout for the fire arcs. You can take a quick look at that if you want to
Mm.
see what the fire arcs of
Fire
weapons are, and I will tell you what you've got on them. Give me just a second.
I know might be.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what they are in just a second. Just need to get to the right page. Okay, so you have the catapults. They are 3 are forward port and 3 are forward starboard, and the medium catapults are 2 forward and the 2 aft ones are destroyed. You do have a piercing ram and 2 medium jettisons to the aft. Those are intact.
What
Is
about
your ram to the aft?
I'm sorry?
We have a piercing ram on the aft?
No, the ram is to the forward. You've got 2 medium jettisons to the aft that are
Jettisons,
intact.
okay.
Right. Well,
What are jettisons? Are they like cannons?
No,
Garbage.
you dump junk in them and they're personnel
They-
damage. It's like grape shot onto the deck.
Oh.
Yeah. So we have what? We have 8 ballistas.
No, you got 6 ballistas.
Oh, 6.
3 forward
ballistas.
port, 3 forward starboard. Look at the handout,
Okay.
fire arcs, if you want to see what that entails.
yeah.
All right. I say we just try to run it away.
It's,
I think we should probably turn and then run so we can hit them if we have to.
Is there anyone on the other ship that can respond to Braxon's signals?
You don't know. You've got a lookout who's just told you that there is a ship to the starboard.
Yeah.
No one has gone to look to see what kind of ship it is.
All right, let's look.
Uh,
Sorry.
I'm gonna look to see what kind of
I
ship it is.
apologize. I assumed that I said that, but all right.
No, you didn't say that. Everyone started talking immediately about running away, so...
All right,
I'm going to
let's
look to see what kind of ship it is before we run.
Use my spell glass.
Alright.
Or it's not spell glass.
Spellglass.
Spyglass. Sorry, I'm
does,
tired.
Spell out words.
So,
Yeldan
the ship that you can see, Higgimus, with that spyglass, and no one else without a spyglass can see what it is clearly
Yeldan
enough. They
can,
can
he's
see
got
that there
one.
is a ship. That's about it. And you can see that it has a spidery appearance to it.
It's a Nyogi.
God damn it all!
And Higgimus, give me an intelligence check.
Yeah. Oh wait.
We're all doomed.
How big is the Nyogi ship? Oh,
I know it, whatever it is.
In fact, even before you figure out what type of ship it is, what shape it is, anything like that, you can see that there is a light flashing from a projection up on top.
Oh,
it is in a pattern, but you don't know the pattern.
Hand it to Braxon. Braxon has signaling.
Braxon's on the other ship.
Oh,
I don't have-
Yeldan has a spyglass though. He's looking at the ship.
You could put the spyglass in the catapult and fire it over.
I'll yell.
Yell-
Hold on. Let me-
Yeldan has a
guys,
spyglass.
I will yell to down to the crews like, does anybody know light signals?
Crew member says, shouts back that Braxon does, and he knows enough to signal to Braxon on the other ship.
Okay.
Yeldan knows signaling. Well, not
Then I will-
signaling, but he has a spyglass.
I
So
will.
I'm gonna be
Well,
looking
hold
at
on.
taking
You are on a different ship. You have not spotted the ship behind you. No one on the Dragonfly has spotted it.
Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, that's
that
right.
wasn't explained.
So,
I get that guy up here. I make him look at the flashing that's going on, and I tell him to signal over to Braxton's ship.
okay. He says that he only knows a couple signals, but he signals to the Dragonfly, trying to get someone's attention over there. Yeldan and Braxon, give me intelligence checks. He's using flag signals, by the way. Okay, Braxon, you caught sight of the flag signals, and the flag signals that the crew member is using are pretty basic. You recognize that this is a crew member that knows some basic signals, and the signals that you get is just astern.
Braxon says, "We might have a ship to the stern. Look out! Look to the rear."
You don't really have lookouts.
Yeah,
Other than
you have
Yeldan.
two
No,
dwarfs.
crewman.
Yourself for Yeldan.
Crewman, look to the rear.
You have two
And-
dwarves and Yeldan.
And Yeldan. Yeldan,
Yeldan
do you have
is your lookout.
Do you have a spyglass?
Yeldan?
Yeldan.
I'm freaking muted. I was talking and I was muted.
Do you have a spyglass, Yeldan?
Yes, I do. So I'll hand it off to Braxon.
Oh, well, can you look to the stern because I'm looking for signals?
Okay, I'll look to the stern with the spyglass.
Okay, it takes you a moment, but you are able to spot a ship back there. It is a ship of spidery appearance, and you see that there are some flashing lights coming from it.
Okay, do I recognize it as a Nyogi ship? Because I do have some knowledge of them.
You believe it could be.
Okay. I'll turn it back. Nyogi ship to the stern with signals. I'll hand him the.
Right. Braxton
Spyglass.
has a look at the flashing lights, see what they are.
Okay, so you pay attention to the signal, and what you can get from that, you're jumping in kind of like the middle of it, but it may repeat. The signal is you come in at the end of a word that you don't know, and then it's delay, awaiting delivery. Shall we come to you? Stop.
Oh,
Unknown second ship off starboard bow. Stop. Please signal.
That's up to
This
Braxon
is
how
up.
he's
Yeah,
gonna
this is up to
interpret
Braxon.
this.
This is up to Braxon.
Right. They think we're the others. They think we're the slavers. They're asking us questions. Right, so Braxton's going to take his lantern. Yeldan, can you remember the name of any of the people we beat?
Lafdul does.
No. Maybe if they don't realize, we can probably get away from them before they realize what's going on. And
But you could just throw them off.
Yeah.
Confuse them long enough.
so you
Braxon.
Want to signal our
Braxon.
ship with flags first, because they might notice the lantern.
No, but they've seen us. They've already made us. They're asking why we're here.
Well, yes, they've made us, but they're far enough away. I don't think they'll see a flag signal.
No, Braxton's going to use his lantern, which he bought so that he could do signalling, and he's going to do opening and shutting the lantern for doing signalling. So Braxton says, "Please stand by. This is captured ship full of slaves. We are taking it to park in orbit. We'll return around planet and come back to meet you."
Okay, so you're going to wait for them to signal back and see what they say? Are you going to be looking to see what they say in response?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Their response is delivery overdue, need delivery now, cannot wait. Stop.
Can Braxon roll a carpentry check to see if he knows what kind of weapons are on that ship normally?
He is not familiar enough with this ship.
Fair. Because I was like, I'll look at Braxton and say, do you think we can take that ship with just the barge?
I'm not so sure. Neogi ships that you only see if people try to capture you in slaving raids.
I was afraid of you say that. So should we run or what?
We're going to have to run, but I'm trying to think of something to say to them to delay them. They're demanding we hand over the slaves now.
Can you signal our ship to let them know what's going on?
Yeah, we'll do.
You want to use flags so they can't see it?
Yeah, we'll do. Braxton signals back with the lantern to the other ship. Stand by. We'll pass on message to captain on main ship.
Okay. And then what are you going to do?
Then he's going to get out his flags, and is there any way he can stand? Lever, can you fly the ship in such a way that I can signal the barge without being seen by the ship that's chasing us?
Could I do that, Ald? I think
You'd
it
have
should
to
be
angle.
possible. I probably angle it around.
You can
But,
try. We'll put it that way. You can try something like turn it so that the you're facing downward, lift up the tail kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll do
Braxton's
something
also
like
going to
that.
try. Sorry.
I'm going to try and do that.
It's going to give the interpreter a penalty, I assume, because he's going to have to look at a flag from a certain angle.
Braxton will try to go forward to the front of the ship, and if Lever's going to tilt the ship.
Okay.
That
you
hopefully
you
won't
know that
cause problems.
the guy that you're signaling only knows very basic flag signals, so you're gonna have to keep it really, really, really simple.
Yeah.
Just a question, could we get close enough to the other ship that they could actually talk?
Now that you're in wild space, yeah. I mean, if you're not planning on immediately taking off, then yeah, you could get close. But it's going to take a couple rounds if they start advancing on you. I mean, you don't know how fast they can go. They're still quite a ways away. But if you want to take a couple rounds to get to merge air envelopes so you can shout between each other, you can go ahead and try that.
I will try that.
But Braxon says to Leva, we need to be 20 hexes away from both the other ships in order for you to accelerate to spelljamming speed.
Yeah, I don't want to accelerate at the moment. I want us to be able to communicate with each other. There's no point in just racing off in different directions and having another ship behind us. It would be much better if we could just actually get the Neogi and figure out what they're working for and all the stuff, all the good stuff.
No, you don't understand. And in Neogi, you kill Neogi on sight. That's what you do in Neogi. They have Umberhawks. If the Umberhawks look at you, they have eyes that make you forget everything. I've heard the tales in taverns. Yeah, we need to get away from them. The only way we can get away from them is to be 20 hexes away from our friends so that we can both accelerate to spelljammer speed. But they're behind us.
I will try and get closer to the ship, to our friendship, so we can actually talk, communicate with them. There's no point in us, both of our ships, just doing their own thing at the moment. If we should coordinate certain things, and for that we should be closer. And I will try and get closer.
I have an idea. I wanted to keep this ship, but how about we turn it into, if you can get to our other ship and we can get across, how about we turn this into a fire ship? We leave it behind us, and we try to get away on the barge. And the Neogi will have to go around our ship to catch us up, and we might be able to get away.
How about we first get closer to the other ship, and then we communicate with them, and then we decide whether we abandon this ship or not. And
I'm going to start signaling to our ship. So you want to get over to them?
Yes.
If you want to get over to them, I think we should abandon the ship.
I already said I will get closer to them.
Yeah. Then in that case, I would recommend we abandon the ship and try to set fire to it or something in order to slow the others down.
Okay, what are you going to signal to the barge?
Right. Enemy slavers at rear, demanding handover of slaves.
Okay, let me roll a check for the guy to see if he can get all of that. All right, so hold on. All right. Higgimus, the crew member, turns to you and says, I didn't really get all that. I think he said something about slaves, stern. I don't know.
Oh. Kind of look over to see what Braxon's ship's doing.
Braxon signals preparing to dock.
All right, hold on.
All
right, the crew member turns to you, Higgimus, and says, "Oh, he just signaled docking."
I guess he wants to dock with us. Oh wait. You said that. Did you say that was a Neogi ship, Higgimus?
No.
I thought he said that out loud.
You might have. I don't know.
I said the ship was Neogi.
But he rolled a 1 on identifying it as well, so he would know it was Neogi.
No, he didn't roll a 1 on identifying it. He rolled a 1 on noticing the signal light.
But he saw it was like a spider-like ship?
Yeah.
Well, maybe they want to... That ship looks pretty dangerous, you said. Maybe Braxton's trying to talk with us because there's something really bad about that ship, and he wants to get it, and he wants to talk over what's going on with us.
What's Braxton's ship doing?
It does appear that it's turning towards you.
It's turning towards us.
So let's get closer so we can figure out what's going on. But keep an eye on the spider ship.
So,
And tell us if it starts moving.
Ald,
Mhm.
can I have us point, let me get the. Where's the
But
pointer?
shouldn't we have it so that once, in case we need to escape, we have it pointed in a certain way?
Can we have ask Lafdul to turn us so that we're facing that way?
How do you move?
Yeah, we don't have control over the tokens.
Oh, I can do that, but do you want to turn in that direction? You want to have him turn to the port?
Yeah, so we're just facing this direction here.
Okay. Give me a second.
Oh, we're gonna have to turn in that direction as well. We might not be able to catch you up if you do that, but there you go.
We're just rotating the ship so that we're facing this direction.
So you'd both be going in the same direction if we did decide to do anything, I guess.
Yeah, but then we'll be 3 hexes behind you.
Well,
you're
no, we'll wait for you to catch up.
We're not moving. We're not moving.
Oh, you're gonna sit stationary?
Oh.
Yeah, we're just rotating. Rotate. I can't. We're not moving.
All right. Real fast. Hold on a second. You must move forward 1 hex before changing facing on the barge because of your maneuverability class.
Okay.
Well, could we move? Could we move to
You'd speak
here,
forward,
but
then.
still have our ship facing this way?
Can Braxon do another signal?
I
'Cause
mean, yeah, you can keep signaling, but
Shall I say what I want to say to you in a PM or something?
well,
Or do you trust everyone not to cheat?
keep in mind that you basically very very simple words like you now know from out of game what you were able to convey through the signaler to Higgimus. You have some idea of his grasp, so
Yeah.
it's very very limited.
Okay. Braxon
Alright.
signals, prepare to run.
You would convey run then. It'd
Yeah.
be one word.
Higgimus, the crew member, turns to you and says, Braxton is signaling run.
Okay, so he does want us to prepare to run. I was right.
It's funny how Ockar's turned into Higgimus.
Hold up 1 second here. I just want to point out that I
saying
can't
next
tell you
segment.
to do anything, so we're just going to lose that help. Okay. All right. He says run, so I'll tell Lafdul to move up and then face this way, or
What?
move up 1 spot and then
Where?
rotate
You say move up like that?
there, and then
Oh, you do it then.
do this so we can have our guns facing that way, or some of our guns to face that way if we need to start shooting.
Okay, you have to face a hex side, not a vertice. Vertice. So it's there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that. Leva, are you going to continue getting towards the barge? Leva and Braxon, is that what you guys are going to do?
Yeah, Leva said she was going to approach them.
Right. Well, I need to know. That's what they've moved in the 1 round. So I need to know what you
Yeah.
guys plan to do in the 1 round. You're gonna.
Leva, can you move the ship towards them?
You can all
I
move
think it's
it.
going to be tough because they've.
You can all move it, but I need to know. I kind of want to know what you're going to do so that I can tell you whether it's possible.
How much SR does Leva generate?
Only
Is it
one.
just
right?
one?
Yeah.
So they've accidentally made it harder to catch them up. We will never catch them up. if they're going to turn away from us.
We're not turning away from you. We have the back.
You are turning away from me.
Braxon, I wanted to actually ask you what you signaled to the other ship, because if you signaled to them that we are coming and they understood us, then they wouldn't have done what they just did. So they either misunderstood you.
I did signal that we were approaching to dock, and they've turned away from us.
Yeah, well,
I don't get why you can't talk there, but okay.
What else did you signal? Because this is not the normal approach. If we tell them that we are coming and we want to dock, then another ship, our friends, would not turn away. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter what you say, but please, can you signal something to them that actually tells them to either wait for us or tells them that we are approaching? I will try and approach you further.
I'll try again. Move towards them best possible speed.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so turn so that the side that is currently facing to the left is facing down at that hex side, and then move one down. All right, so I'll do it for you. It's fine. So basically, like, not like that.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then like that, and then you move down one. So that's what you can do.
How do I turn it?
The little part that sticks out the top.
Yes, just a moment. No, that's moved. Oh, yes, I find it.
Yeah. So you can rotate it with that.
Yeah.
So how would I rotate? Isn't that the correct way?
No, that's facing the vertex. You need to face a side. So the square that's in the center. All right, so hold on, real fast. I'm on the right thing. This is your current forward angle. This is rear. So if you wanna turn it to face another hex, you need to turn it so that the square that's at your front is facing down in the angle that you're going. You see what I'm talking about?
No, but okay. No, I can work it out on the where the controls are.
Okay.
So this way it is looking down towards the barge, and I can go forward towards the barge. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the little tab that sticks out at the top, if you've got the it's selected, that is the that's always going to be at a 90-degree angle from your facing.
Okay.
So now you guys notice that the ship is beginning to advance on you.
Yes.
Okay.
Can we move towards the barrel darter?
Braxon, are you going to signal? I mean, right now you were...
Right, Braxon signals, slow down, we need to dock.
Higgimus, the crew member, turns to you again and says, he signals something, I'm not sure, but something about docking.
Yeah, we're not going to move past here until they get closer to us.
Okay.
Well, can we move towards them?
No, because
that'd be
the
reversed.
ship... the
That
bad
would
thing-
cut down the time it takes it to get to get to us.
Hold up. This ship is not maneuverable at all. It can't just spin around or anything like that. You have to move forward and then turn, move forward and then turn, move forward and then turn.
I don't get how ships just can't move in reverse.
You can, but you've got a speed change. You can't just instantaneously go in reverse.
It's like,
So, in other words, you basically need to, with your maneuverability, your speed change is 1. That means that if you're moving at SR1 and you want to go to SR2, then you can do that. But if you're moving at SR1 and you want to go to SR3, assuming that you have that capability, you have to go to 2 and then 3 in the following round. So if you want to go from forward 1 to reverse 1, you have to go full stop, and then you can go reverse 1.
So that takes 2 rounds?
Yes.
That is all kinds of dumb, but okay,
it isn't at all. It isn't at all. You can't just instantaneously
It makes no sense
stop.
to me.
No, it doesn't. Oh, okay. Maybe it doesn't make sense to you. Fine, but it makes sense.
Look, we'll go over it after the game.
Yeah, if you want a better primer, I mean, at the same time, I've got a handle on it. So, if you have a question on what you can do, that's fine. Some of the other players have a better handle on it, and they can handle those elements of the gameplay for you. So,
Okay, then I'll just let them handle spelljamming while I try to figure out what's going on.
Ask it like, can we do this or can we do that?
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay, then we'll just wait for them.
Now, I'm not sure the ship was here. I'm not sure why it moved.
I thought you had moved it.
I did not move it.
I did not.
So no matter what, it will take them 2 rounds to get to us.
Sorry, I had it selected. I might have accidentally moved it when I turned my light.
Okay.
hold on.
They can only move 1 hex per round, right?
The dragonfly, yes.
So we have to wait 2 rounds for them anyway.
You can reverse on the next round if you're choosing not to move it all this round, which you can do. Then
let's not move it all this round and reverse next round, so that it only takes us, so it doesn't take as long to get to them.
all right.
We're not going to reverse. We're just going to hang tight.
Okay, fine.
Higgimus,
You're
you
the
have something
captain.
to say. All right.
All right. So while they're moving in closer, I'm going to yell at the crew to get those magical shots that we have, catapult shots, and load them onto the catapults on the port side.
Okay. Keep in
Alright,
mind that you
destroyed.
only have forward firing arcs on those.
On the catapults.
Braxon,
On
I
the
thought you said.
catapults. No, the catapults only have forward arcs.
Sorry. I thought I heard we had side firing. Okay.
You have
Front and
side
side.
firing ballista.
Oh, that sucks ass. Okay. Sorry. Excuse me. How far do the ballista shoot?
They all the ballista have range of 6. The catapults have range of 5.
Okay. Get those things armed and get the front firing catapults loaded up with those magical shots.
Okay.
That's why
I
I'm
think
gonna
you
yell.
have 3, and I've
Yeah.
got no problem with saying that you pre-prepared all the heavy weapons. Otherwise, so but you're basically telling the crew to get there.
Get
Now
aimed and all that stuff. Yeah.
the shots that you have, so you've got 3 of them.
I want the one that sloshes when moved. And thing says damage / alter wood of other ship, and I want the one that says cold to touch. It says incinerate ship. Might be wrong.
That's okay. Right, but you've got 3. You've got 2 catapults.
Yes, those are the 2 I said that I want loaded.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So not that one. All right. I see. All right. I got it. Okay. And you're just gonna wait for 2 rounds for them to catch up to you.
Yeah.
All right. So next round, you can move.
Braxon wants to talk to Yeldan.
Okay, go ahead.
Braxon says to Yeldan, "We're in serious trouble. We could lose both our ships over this. I was hoping they wouldn't turn to one side. The ship behind us is catching us up. We might need to do something a bit drastic to enable that some of us can get away."
Okay. What do you have in mind?
Well, we could get you lot onto the other ship and set light to this one, and I could go and ram the ship with the potion of spelljamming, maybe.
That doesn't sound like a great idea. Why not just get everyone to board the other ship and just leave the ship behind? They won't be able to jump to spelljamming speed with it still here.
Yeah, that's possible. We'll have to get the other ship to turn to starboard as soon as we get on, in order so that they can take advantage of that.
Yeah. 'Cause I think that way all of us can get out rather than just one of us staying behind.
Yeah, well, I didn't like the idea of staying behind, but they're the Neogi. They've got umberhooks. They are bad news. We need to get away from them.
I know the bad news. I spent some time looking into them.
Okay.
Anyway.
So next round, you can go ahead and just advance the dragonfly up one.
Braxon says to the dwarves, prepare to abandon ship. Lever, prepare to abandon ship.
Okay, we got 2. Yeah, because I'm moving 2 hexes per turn.
That means that they can catch up with us.
That's why we're gonna throw the dragonfly as a distraction.
Okay.
You don't know that yet.
All right. So next round, if you move the dragonfly up, you can start shifting over, and your air envelopes will be merged. You can start actually talking to people if that's what you want to do. Okay.
Yep. So.
Okay.
You move up.
Oh,
Right,
shame
right.
about does she have alternate reality?
Not anymore since she's been on the helm.
Yeah.
I
I
have
was
a
thinking,
question.
put a fake crew on the ship while we leave. We'll leave the slaves for you to pick up.
The potion of spelljamming, how much would that cause our SR to change?
You don't know. I believe what you learned was that it gave temporary spelljamming ability to those who do not otherwise have spelljamming ability.
I would assume the minimum.
But since Leva has cast spells, she is on a major helm. That does she cast spells before she got on the helm. That reduces her potential spelljamming speed. It's
I'm not
possible.
on the major. I'm in the other ship.
That's
No,
true.
no.
Lafdul's
That
the
is
one
true.
on the major
Right.
helm.
Yep.
But either way,
And
like both of them have cast spells. Nor is out of spells. It's possible that someone else with that thing could take you faster, but you really don't know.
Wait,
you
what
don't
if
know
we
how it works.
made Lafdul drink the potion? Would that fix his spelljamming?
You don't
No,
know.
he's a spellcaster. Well, we don't know. Right, all hands abandoned ship. Let's get onto the other ship.
Don't you want to turn the ship first?
It's already turned.
No,
Well-
turn our ship so it starts going off in a different direction.
I think you should first talk to the other guys, that they know what's
Oh.
happening.
I've an idea.
Braxon shouts over, Neogi astern. We need to get away from them. We're preparing to abandon ship.
All right.
Well, okay, get on.
Yep. So that's what they got to do. God, we're losing a helm.
Braxon tosses his magical rope and tells it to attach itself to the barge batar.
All right.
Okay.
Did you have a look? Is there any way that we can get some rope and connect the dragonfly to it?
No, we're leaving the dragonfly behind. We don't have the time.
Right. Lever, start climbing along this rope. Abandon the helm. Start climbing along this rope now, please.
Don't you? I thought you wanted to turn the ship first.
No, we're abandoning the ship.
Oh,
We need
I
to
see.
stay within. We need to stay within rope range. Right, Lever, start climbing along this rope to the other ship. Braxton to do the knotted rope if he's got enough length.
Wait a moment. What happens if there are people still on the ship and the helmsman leaves?
Then they will float away.
I mean, the ship just stays where it is generally, unless it was in motion.
And
But
people?
you've come to the helm
yeah,
doesn't have
yes.
anything to do with the air or the gravity plane.
So there's no consequences for me just leaving.
Not really.
Here's the thing. Do we have to stop the ship? Can we do like a flyby with the Braxton's rope? Like everyone gets on Braxton's rope and then we just pull ourselves and let the ship keep going?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm planning. Is we all get on the rope and start going hand over hand to our other ship.
Right, but
Oh,
about-
God.
so
How about you
if the ship is moving by, if one ship is moving by the other, then you're talking about jumping into the gravity plane of the other, and then people need to try and pull you up and everything like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's
So
why
it's-
he's using the rope.
It's kind of similar to man overboard scenario in the ocean.
But I'm hoping to do that with the rope so that people can pull themselves towards the ship.
I was actually thinking of Leva as the last thing she does. Well, for one thing, being attached to the rope, being
All right,
tied
hold,
to the rope.
hold on,
And,
hold on,
and,
real
and
fast.
the last thing she does is set the ship off into one direction.
So you just moved one SR, which was your maximum, into this hex.
Yep.
You can either stop it or continue it going. The choice is going to determine whether you can easily get from one ship to the other, or whether you're basically doing a man overboard scenario. Now, Braxon said that he was using his rope and telling it to attach to the barge of Ptah, which means that either he is attached to the barge of Ptah by the rope and holding onto the other end and yanked off deck, or he has tied it to the dragonfly first, which could cause some damage if the dragonfly hasn't stopped.
I don't think we care if we cause damage to the dragonfly.
Yeah, I didn't say whether it would cause damage to the dragonfly or the barge.
No, Braxton didn't say he was tying it to the ship. He's counting on Lever not moving the ship, and he's trying to get everyone to go along the rope. He's told Lever to get off the helm and to get on the rope and start pulling herself along the rope. And then he was going to tell the two dwarves to go along, and then tell Yeldan to go along, and then go along himself at the end.
All right,
So
Lever,
if
would you let
Lever's
this...
going to do some fancy manoeuvring, I think he's overboard and they're all stuffed.
No. No, we would have had to talk about this beforehand. It's a bit late now.
Well,
So,
we had
bringing the ship
time.
to a stop?
I just stopped the I stopped the ship. So
Okay.
we have a normal, orderly evacuation.
Okay.
Braxton says, get on the rope, go, 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 go.
yep.
Is it possible for us to move weapons?
No.
Okay.
Not in a
Kello,
combat
you're-
situation.
Kello, you're next. Crater, you're after him. Yeldan, you're after him. I'm last.
Yeah.
Go, go. Pull yourself to the other ship as fast as you can. Get up on deck as fast as you can.
All right, the dwarves do so. Anyone else? Is everyone else following Braxton's orders?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, they're over.
Cool. And then you get off Braxon?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Cool.
as soon as everybody's on the rope, I ask. It looks like they're hanging on pretty well. I ask Lafdul to get us out of here.
Really?
You...
What?
He
What?
gave
Hanging on
me
the
an
rope.
order. I will follow that order.
What?
Wait,
I mean, if
aren't
you're
you waiting
hanging
for them to get onto the ship?
Well, if you're okay, hold on, the freak on. How fast does this thing move? Like, is it?
So,
Oh, man.
all right,
Okay,
all right,
everybody done laughing,
real fast. You have time to let them get onto the ship. It's not going to impact
Okay.
whether your speed rate next round, kind of thing.
Okay, let's go. Let's do that.
Braxton yells, haul in the rope.
They recover you. You get on the deck. All right. So
Right.
There we
at
go.
this point, your goal is to get away, right?
Yeah.
I
please.
think to help with our goal to get away, maybe we should have somebody drink the potion of spelljamming and take over for Lafdul. They may have a better chance of having a better speed rating.
Okay, I'll try it. Braxton runs to the helm room. Hang on. There's 8 rounds. Oh, he doesn't know that, does he? Can I roll an intelligence check, see if he knows that?
I'm not
Not
sure what
being
you're
a
talking
native.
about.
There's a delay warming up the helm if he throws Lafdul off the helm.
I don't think Braxton would know that. It would be a spell.
No, I
Wait,
don't
is
think
that
know
a
that.
thing that happens?
It would be me or Level that would know that. Or no.
Then Lafdul should probably say that before Braxton runs in.
Well, how about this? Since it is about time to end the session anyway, we'll end it here. We can decide next time whether Braxton is
We all
going to
die.
take the potion of spelljamming or not. All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
I didn't even know that there was a warm-up period that had to be done if you're already in flying.
We went over this last adventure, or 2 ventures
Yeah.
ago, when Leva was trying to take off on the barge.
Let's finish the show, and we can go over anything you want to go over.
All
Why
right.
would you freaking put this?
Thanks for. We're probably going to die, but thanks for the game, Ald.
All right. So let's do some experience.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
No, Braxon, we're gonna die every time.
Yeah, hey, it increases our resale value.
No, it doesn't.
Not dying.
No, it does. When the slavers capture us.
All right,
and we've
hold
got more
on,
XP.
guys. Hold on,
Calm
guys.
down.
Let's calm
Shut up.
down. For crying out loud, it's just a game. Repeat to yourself, it's just a game. You really should just relax. You do the Mystery Science Theater 3000 mantra. Okay. Everyone is going to get 200 experience points. An extra 150 experience points for Higgimus and Braxon. And for Lafdul's Thief, 696 experience points.
So, sorry, Ald. 200 plus 150.
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay. And when we come back in the next session, we will see whether the players can either escape from or survive the encounter with this mysterious ship that I will point out has been signaling the last 2 rounds and not receiving any response. See everyone next time.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for
We're gonna
playing, everyone.
die.
Thanks for playing, everyone.